In this video, I'll show you how to set up your Google Analytics account for the first time if you never set this up. So this video is for beginners or for people who have not set up their Google Analytics before, or you're using a new Google account and you're starting all over and you need this help to set up your Google Analytics. So you go to analytics.google.com on your in your browser and log in into your Google account, the one that you want to use if you have more than one Google account. Um, that is with your Google Gmail email address and password. So let's dive in. So you will see, and it may look different depending on when you're watching this video. But as of recording in November 2022, this is how it looks. And all the steps obviously are based on how Google has this app set up. So click on Start Measuring. Okay. And you need to come up with an account name. And for that, just use any name. You can use your business name uh, or any other name. It really doesn't matter. So let's just type my account. Okay, just it can be anything. And you can, for most part, just leave everything as is. So click on next, and then it comes up with a property setup. So the first step was account setup, and the second step is property setup. So property represents a business website or any app that you may have that you are trying to set this up for. So in this case, we're going to uh, just use a website. Okay, and you can name this property whatever you like also. So in this case, we can just name whatever the property name that you will just say. um, I'm just gonna say marketing automation. Okay, let's just see what happens. And if you are in a different country, then you set up your country and or time zone and your currency. Okay, and let's just click on show advanced options. So uh, for this one, let's just leave this as default for this video, and we'll keep it simple. And let's click on next. And then it just simply asks you about industry categories, um, business size, and how do you intend to use. So these, you don't necessarily have to select anything, and let's click on create. If it requires you to select industry category, we're going to find out. Okay, then Google wants you to accept their terms of service for Google Analytics. And so you read through their terms of service agreement. And if you agree, because if you don't agree, you're not going to be able to set this up. So basically, in a way, you have to agree if you want to use this service. And because if you say I do not accept, then it's going to actually not create this property or analytics account setup. So we're going to select this, that we also accept the data processing terms as required by GDPR. So GDPR is a requirement or regulations um, in various countries. So So you need to accept that. I accept. Okay. And then it asks you if you would like to receive some emails from Google about these things: performance suggestions and updates, feature announcements, feedback and testing, offers from Google. So in this case, I'm just going to save it. But if you do not want the one or more of these, then uncheck them. But I'll just go ahead for now, click on save. Okay. And then it guides you. It has sort of an what's called onboarding here. And you read through these, or you can cancel these out. So I'm just going to go through these really quickly. Let's say next. So it tells you that you could click on reports. So we click on reports. Um, then next. Then it gives you another options within the reports, and then click next. Then it has an option called explorations for deeper understanding. We're going to click on next, and then it has option for a menu for advertising. We're going to click next, and then configure is view events, conversions, audience, and user properties, things like that. Um, Click next, and then it shows you where the admin uh, settings are. Uh, Click next. Then it gives you, you can find help using the search, and then you finish. So that basically takes us to the uh, onboarding when you're doing this, setting this for the first time. So we're going to go to the bottom left for admin. So in this case, uh, you can, so we created a property here, and we named the property. Okay. And then there are some property settings. So in this video, I'm going to use, let's just say, go through this setup assistant. And you could go through all of these settings. In this video, I'm not going to go through a detailed settings using this setup assistant, but let's just go click on the left side property settings. And we had named the property. You could change the property name if you want it. Okay. And and then you, the property ID, most likely you cannot change once it's created. So now click on data streams. So basically, for Google Analytics to work, even though we created a property, but just the property name and property ID, we still need to define what that property is, i.e., what kind of platform. So we need to specify what that property is, where the data stream is going to come from, where the data is coming or going to come from. So in this case, we're going to choose web. And what you do is you just provide your website address. So just let's just say healthcare integrals. I'm just picking up one. .com, and stream name is, we could just say healthcare. Wow, it doesn't matter what you call, but as long as it makes sense to you, healthcare integrals. website. Okay. And we just say create stream. And uh, one could actually uh, customize this, but for now, just leave these alone. Okay. And create stream. Okay. So this is just an example. So it creates the stream ID and measurement ID. So this video is not going to go into any of these details, but this is just to show how to set up your Google Analytics account if you're doing it for the first time by adding the account name and also adding a property with the property name and the data stream to define what that property is, where the data is going to come from. So hope this helped.